It was just after noon when Eleanor stepped into the gleaming glass doors of the most prestigious car dealership in the city. She wore a faded cardigan, well-worn jeans, and simple flats. Her dark hair was pulled into a loose bun, and she carried an old leather purse that had clearly seen better days. Despite her modest appearance, there was a quiet elegance in the way she held herself. A gentle smile tugged at her lips as she approached the row of luxury vehicles, their polished hoods reflecting the overhead lights like pools of molten silver. She paused in front of a white Porsche and ran her fingers gently along its fender, just as a sharply dressed salesman, Michael, spotted her. He didn't smile. Instead, his brows lifted in faint amusement as he strode over, clipboard in hand. "Can I help you with something, ma'am?" His voice was tight, overly formal, forced. Eleanor looked up. "Yes, I was hoping to test drive something. That one, if possible." She pointed to the Porsche. Michael blinked, then laughed, short, sharp, condescending. "That one starts at $180,000. We only allow test drives for serious buyers. Perhaps you'd like to look at the used cars down the street." "I am a serious buyer," Eleanor replied softly. Michael scoffed. "Right, I'm sure you are." His gaze dropped to her scuffed shoes and worn cardigan again. "Look, we have a lot of high-value inventory here. We can't have lookers wasting our time. Come back if you have a bank statement or proof of funds. Until then, I'll ask you to leave." For a moment, Eleanor simply stood there, stunned. The showroom went quiet, the few other customers casting uncomfortable glances. Her cheeks flushed, but she said nothing more. Without a word, she turned around and walked out. Behind her, Michael muttered, "Some people don't know their place." The next morning, a low, thunderous purr echoed through the dealership lot. Employees turned to the sound in disbelief. A black Rolls Royce Phantom, its finish like obsidian, glided to a stop in front of the dealership. The doors opened with a soft click, and a driver in a crisp suit stepped out, then moved around to open the back door. Out stepped Eleanor. This time, she wore a sleek navy dress, her hair in soft curls cascading around her shoulders. Pearls adorned her neck. On her arm was a leather clutch that cost more than most of the cars in the lot. But what truly silenced the dealership was the man who stepped out behind her. Victor Hawthorne, billionaire, real estate mogul, private tech investor, owner of 6 global corporations, and Eleanor's husband. Michael's clipboard slipped from his hands as Victor calmly buttoned his jacket and nodded to his wife. "This is the place?" he asked. Eleanor nodded. "Yes, this is where I was told I didn't belong." Michael rushed over, sweating now, his mouth flapping like a fish gasping for air. "Mr. Hawthorne, if I had known, of course this must be some mistake." Victor's sharp gaze fell on him. "You turned my wife away." Michael stammered. "She didn't say who she was. She didn't need to." Eleanor's voice was calm. "You judged me by how I looked." Victor stepped closer, his voice cold and commanding. "I was planning to buy every single car in this showroom today. A gift for my staff. I came here because Eleanor liked one particular car. But I don't do business with men who insult my wife." The dealership manager arrived in a panic, but it was too late. Victor looked at his wife, offered his arm, and walked her back toward the Rolls Royce. Before getting in, Eleanor paused, turned, and smiled, this time not shy, but full of quiet confidence. "Treat everyone with respect. You never know who you're talking to." With that, she slid back into the Rolls Royce, and the door closed behind her. The Phantom pulled away slowly, leaving behind stunned silence, and one very fired car salesman. That week, news of the dealership's failure to recognize Victor Hawthorne's wife spread across every business news outlet in the city. The story went viral. The dealership's reputation took a massive hit. And as for Eleanor, she never returned to that place again. But the next time she wanted a car, every dealership in the city was calling her by name. She always answered them the same way. "Send me photos. I'll let my husband know if I want it."